Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Pull Up Trade podcast. I'm, of course, your co host, Samson Folk. Way over to my left or right, depending. Well, I guess you're watching the screen, my right,
You're right. Yeah.
left. Jesus Lord. Anyway, over there is Trevon Heath, the trade that pulls up. And in between the both of us is dear friend and vaunted producer of the podcast, Esfandiar Baraheni. We are here in the doldrums. Trey and I, yes, we were working through some questions. Did I save some for my own mailbag? That's correct, I did. And this is the perfect, we've never done this episode. We're heading into season 4 of this podcast. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. By the way, nice and early. It helps the podcast. We're already one of the most popular in the market. We want to keep rising. You can help us do that by supporting us that way. But we have yet to descend down and talk about who are the greatest Raptors of all time. This is a perfect moment with hardly anything going on. By the way, Chris Boucher, a legend. We'll see you on the other side. This is the perfect time to have that big conversation. We have to figure out who the 5 best Raptor shooters are, the top 10 greatest Raptors are, the 3 best role players, and the 5 best dunkers are. We're ready to go to war. And also, within this is we have a different perspective from everybody, really. We got everyone has a little bit of a nerd inside of them. Some people got a little more, I love hoops a lot and I don't care about the numbers. You know what I mean? And some of us are contrarians about very specific players. We are here to tell you who the greatest Raptors are of all time. Since you're the guest, we'll check in with you first. How are you doing? It's been a while since I've seen you.
Yeah, I know. It's been like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm vibing, man. I'm good. I'm good. As long as I'm with y'all, I'm blessed. That every day is a gift when I'm rocking with y'all. Yeah.
It's smarm. It's like the Larry David. What you just witnessed was a whirlwind of smarm. It's glib and
Politics,
smarm.
baby. Yeah.
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 Trey, how you doing? I expect no glib or smarm from you.
Yeah, I don't feel the same way personally, but I'm very interested to see like who in this list do people lie about that they've actually watched. Like who is implanting T Mac somewhere? Who's implanting Damian Stoudemire? I can't wait for this. I'm gonna have an
Facts.
ethical list of people I watch, but I can't wait for that.
Okay.
That is a
So
great point. That's
what
a
is your
great point.
what is your cutoff year then if you're basing it off when you watched?
It's probably like I have Vince Carter has to be there, but it's probably like 2005 on,
Okay.
pretty
All right.
much.
So 2005 plus Vince Carter, right? Basically.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I have somebody that goes back a little ways.
Okay.
Oh,
And I'm basically the sum of what I've seen is like 2 games plus highlights and then knowing their resume. So, that's actually a great call out. This is a cynical podcast because either myself or Trey was going to be bringing that up, like, "Did you watch him? I don't know if you did." So my clarifying question is if they've won because of the role player aspect. OG Anunoby, can he be a role player? Like, he's a bar.
I
No,
don't.
he can't be a role player.
Yeah.
Serge Ibaka, Jonas
but
Valanciunas. Can either of them be role players?
I
Surge.
think
I
I
feel
yeah,
like
I lean
Surge can
yes.
be. I
I
feel like
feel
Surge can
inclined
be.
to say Serge. Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
for
Yeah. I
role
agree.
player. So basically, it should be if they have an accolade,
Mhm.
there's no shot at role player. Like OG being
Yeah.
all defense,
Right.
no shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
An
Yeah.
all-star selection for Fred, no shot. Anything like that, gone. You can
Mhm.
make the top 10 if you want, but okay.
Yeah.
Shooters and dunkers is pretty evident, pretty obvious.
Mhm.
I'm very interested for shooters, actually. Dunkers is there's a
Mhm.
lot of great dunkers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How should we do this? I think for X to make it, or do you have any questions, clarifying questions before we go, S?
No. No. Let's rock. I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay. It's rock and roll time. This will be timestamped, everybody, just as a mention. Okay. Let's start with not one by one. Let's do the top 5. Everyone top 5. Okay, we'll start with you, Trey. What's your top 5?
My top 5 all time is Vince Carter at number 1, of course.
Insane.
Stupid.
Insane. Look
I
at this
mean
jersey. Look at this jersey. Respect this jersey.
I
All right,
mean that team would probably be in Alaska if it wasn't for Vince, but hey, you get to go to media games every year. You get to go
Yeah.
do tons of stuff because of Vince Carter. But hey,
I think it's a little far. Just say.
That's yeah. Because of Vince.
Okay. Number 2, 3, 4, 5.
Kyle Lowry, for obvious reasons. DeMar DeRozan, Kawhi Leonard, Chris Bosh.
Wow.
You're nuts, dude.
You're insane.
You're a
How many
freak.
Raptors do you know
You're
have
a
made 5
freak.
All-Stars?
Yeah, man. Yeah. No.
I didn't want to be. I didn't want to be a shill. You can't deny 5 All-Stars.
Insanity for that final pick, by the way. Oh man. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I did what you guys wouldn't do.
Dude, I don't want to do it. Not even for being a shill. That just doesn't make sense to me. Okay,
Yeah.
so for me, it's Kyle number 1. That to me, that is so easy. I understand we've talked about Vince in the past. Obviously, Vince is great. That's why he's number 2 for me. Number 3 is Kawhi. Number 4 is DeMar. Number 5 is Pascal. The idea of putting Bosh over Pascal blows my mind to smithereens. It makes no sense.
He made 5 All-Star teams as with the Raptors.
Those are Fugazi All-Star teams, man. Those are some positional. Eastern Conference was terrible in the front court. No, he was great. He was great.
Oh, bro,
he was great. Chris
We're
Bosh
not-
he's one of the best players in that era.
I can't remember the last time I talked about Al Jefferson, man. I like personally. I don't
Yeah,
know.
man.
Okay, S.
I love the fact that we all have very different lists. So I have Kyle Lowry number 1, undisputed for me. He like defines what it means to be a Raptor. Got the jersey on, have to do it. Number 1. Number 2, Kawhi Leonard for me. You win a championship, you do what he did in the 2019 NBA season, even though it's just 1 year. You become the second greatest Raptor of all time. Number 3, DeMar DeRozan. Number 4, Vince Carter. Number 5, Pascal Siakam.
Wow. Okay, actually, I think I want to. Obviously,
Trey is so sick.
Well, Trey, his decision for Bosh is pretty straightforward. I think like that point of contention, I see it's just all-star accolades, well enough. But you putting Kawhi, it's like greatness, yes, of course, but also it was 1 year and he bounced.
And he bounced. You're right. Yeah. To me, it's like that one season is mythical in the way it was incredible. 2019 NBA champion, finals MVP, all-star, all defense, all NBA. In just 1 year, he is now number 4 in playoff points for the team, which is just absurd. That just is crazy to think of.
Also, he'll be remembered as a Raptor. It's kind of a cool thing because, yes, there's the Spurs. He won a Finals MVP there, but I do think Kawhi, by the consent, by the citizenry, the population, I think most people see him as a Raptor.
Yeah. Arguably
one of the biggest moment of his career.
Yeah, biggest moment of his career, probably one of the biggest shots in NBA history. Like you think back at big shots.
Your argument for, because Kawhi is my number 3, your argument for Kawhi over Vince is more compelling than Trey's for Bosh over Pascal to me. But I guess Trey, you have DeMar the highest, so I'd like to hear your thoughts.
He's the Raptor that has some of the longest tenure with the team, and he like defines like the era of when the Raptors like turned the tide of being like a legitimate franchise. They were bottom of the basement for years. They draft him, and that's one of the only good picks they have, like pre-Masai Ujiri. So I think for the longevity alone, like he should be top 3.
Yeah, it's a mix. Like I believe everything you just said, but I guess I don't believe it hard enough to put him above Kawhi, because Kawhi was just
insane.
I don't think I'll ever see anything
for me.
Like that again.
It gets him on the list, but if they lost in the finals, he's probably not on the list at all. So
but he didn't.
If my grandma had wheels, she'd be a bicycle, or whatever the hell it is. Okay, so 6 for S&I is obviously Chris Bosh. Then yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so fine enough. Number 7. I have a funny ranking for 7 and 8.
I do too. Okay,
let's do 7 and 8. I suspect everybody will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 7 for me is Fred VanVleet.
Same.
Number 8 is Scottie Barnes.
Same. Yep.
Wow.
I'm still.
Wow.
I'm right there with you. Yep. I agree.
Wow.
The selfish
seven-
wars are on, dude.
Wow.
Did
Six
you
I
have
Pascal.
Trey? Did you have Scottie at all?
No, I don't have him in the top 10.
Wow.
But you've watched him. Who the hell fills out your list?
I've watched a lot of Raptors basketball.
You must love Jonas Valanciunas, if I'm
Or-
He's not.
guessing.
He's
Yeah.
not in my. He's not in my top 10 either.
Bro, what the hell?
Wow.
I'm so finish your top 10.
Yeah,
I actually
yeah.
what the
All right,
rest of
I'll
your
finish
top
my
10 then?
top 10. So I have 6 Pascal Siakam. I think 5 and 6 was the hardest one for me. 7 Fred VanVleet. 8 OG Anunoby.
Wow.
9 Morris Peterson.
Mo Pete's
Save of mine.
over Jose.
Mo Pete.
Wow.
Jose
Wow.
Calderon 10.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay, so this is S and I when we were at the climbing gym. We were like, the Antonio Davis is obviously interesting because he has an all-star.
Yeah.
And he was obviously
Yeah.
very strong. But it's
Mhm.
like, who's putting him in? I have 3 guys tied for my top 10, and I was just like, I'm gonna wait to decide on one. OG Anunoby making the top 10, I like.
Yeah.
I didn't go there. He's not
Mhm.
present in mine. S, is he present in yours?
So I had like a 4. Like you, I had like 4 names for 10, and I was like, whatever I kind of decide in the moment. I had OG, Jakob Pertl, JV,
You're stupid.
and
You're a
Mighty Mouse.
stupid guy.
Oh my
Go get
God.
love.
No, Jakob.
Yes,
No.
man.
Close.
He came back.
Some
He
of
got-
the darkest
no.
times of my fandom involves Jakob Pertl. He can't be in the top 10.
Okay, fine. Throw Jakob out. But look, the other 3 I think have a really good case in OG, JV, and Mighty Mouse. But
Okay, so
I haven't watched Damon Stoudemire a ton. I can't lie about that. Like
Yeah.
I've watched maybe 1 or 2 NBA TV games that popped on, the one where they beat the Bulls, whatever.
you
know what I mean?
I know you've had conversations. Curly never sat you down and talked about Damon Stoudemire. I've had that conversation with Curly, man. Okay, so just the OG case, I want to give you the opportunity for that because OG missing the playoff run for the chip is obviously, if he was there, I think he makes it. But I understand he's better, I think, than some guys I'll name on the list, but greatness is like a different thing. What's your argument?
Yeah. I think the argument for OG is that even post 2019, he's at worst the 3rd best Raptor during that time, and they still won tons of games in that era, and probably should have made 2 all defense
I think
teams
3
at minimum.
probably,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
like he was a linchpin of their defense. He was a high level player, and like probably one at certain times in his tenure, probably the highest valued player on the team for a long time.
Yeah, that's a decent pitch. Okay, so I'll do mine and then S, you'll do yours.
Yeah.
So 7 and 8 is Fred and Scottie. I put Damon Stoudemire at 9. Like, he's the guy that I've seen 2 games of on the NBA History Channel when it's like 1 a.m. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And one of the games he wasn't even a Raptor. You know what? I've seen the
It was
highlights
like
of-
Portland
but yeah.
years. Yeah.
But I've had people tell me, and I've looked up his stats, and obviously, S, you've done work around like telling stories around those players. You're familiar with it too. The greatness aspect is he has the same, disappointment as like Kawhi and Vince in that he left and it wasn't ideal, but he was their first draft pick. He was he was their first star before Vince obviously put a huge shadow over that. And then I had to choose for number 10 between Antonio Davis, Jonas Valanciunas, and Jose Calderon, and I chose Jose Calderon. I've seen the most of JV, but Jose was so sick. And it's been a long time since we've seen a good offense in Toronto, and Jose whipping them up to like 2nd in the league is a special thing. Yeah. That's my list.
Yeah, I mean, I have Fred 7, Scottie 8, Jose 9, and then I'm happy to kind of like piggyback off what you're saying with Mighty Mouse and just throw Damon Stoudemire there at 10. I think the thing for me with Jose, it's like the consistency in that era and how impressive he was. I mean, like, didn't get that 50, 40, 90 season, was practically there. 4th in games played for the Raptors, 7th in minutes, 10th in threes, still, by the way, which is crazy impressive. The fact that he still is in the top 10 in threes made for the franchise. Number 2 in assists. Unlikely that anybody really gets to that, but yeah, just like a very, very solid player in an era where they didn't have a ton of solid players. So Jose, also one of my favorite things for Jose Calderon is the unos, dos, tres. Oh God, that was just, I used to say that all the freaking time, and he was one of my favorite players. So Jose,
he's so sick, and I know defensively he would have got shredded to bits in this era.
yes,
But I would have loved to see prime Jose Calderon playing in this era and running an offense.
Yeah.
I think it would have been, and launching from downtown.
probably would be like a solid bench guard now. You know, like
Probably.
yeah.
Okay, that's top 10. Listeners, viewers, I'd like to see everyone's rankings in the comments as well. I would be
Yeah.
very interested to see the spread of opinion. So, Trey, you seemed kind of more tapped. Mo Pete made your top 10, so let's go role players. We have
Wait,
our top 3.
before we
Go
get
ahead.
go away from this. So Trey, you did not have Scottie. Both Samson and I had Scottie in here. Because for me, it's like maybe it's a little bit of projecting into what
I'll tell you what
Yeah.
he's doing. He's withholding it until Scottie declares for Team Jamaica. Then he goes to
then
number
he's
1.
number 5, right? Yeah.
What 5? Role players. We're doing 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So for role players, I have Morris Peterson number 1. And then number 2, I have Chris Boucher. And then number 3, I have Amir Johnson.
Wow.
Wow.
I have the exact same list.
Okay, so I asked,
Yeah.
my clarifying question was great. You have the exact same list. I think Chris, so I really like Chris.
Yeah.
He makes no sense on my list for me. My list is Serge Ibaka, Morris Peterson, Amir Johnson. I'm surprised no one had Serge. I guess you guys consider him too good?
I didn't when we initially did this, yes, I didn't consider him a role player. But
given the opportunity to change.
Given the opportunity to change, I would probably swap out Chris for Serge. Yes. Yeah. But I would have Mo Pete number 1 still.
I would still have Mo Pete 1, yeah. I'd put Serge probably 2 or 3.
Did Mo Pete ever give Ben Simmons the jab in Game 7 and launch over him? No.
Morris Peterson hit one of the greatest game winners in Raptor history. Before we had the Kawhi shot, we had Mo Pete.
Come on.
Who's the coach then? Eddie Jordan was sick to his stomach.
Eddie Jordan was sick. He was sick. And who's the guy who threw the ball up in the air again?
Remember?
Oh, I don't remember his name.
Theo? No, it wasn't Theo Ratliff. I can't remember. But yeah.
Look it up. Look it up while we discuss this. Okay, so Serge, obviously, I understand why you guys wouldn't put him. He's like on the cusp of being too good. But he did get relegated to role player status pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Like he had the 1 year. And then, but he did start over JV. You know, they did choose to send JV to the bench, but that
Michael Ruffin was the guy.
The R and F you were thinking about to connect it made sense. Yeah, Serge is on the cusp. I don't. If I had to pick a third, I probably would go. If I don't get Serge, I would probably pick like Doug Christie or something like that. He was sick, man.
Yeah,
like, there's like 6 minutes of his steals. Awesome.
Can I throw 2 honorable mentions in here
Sure.
Anthony Parker and Jorge Garbajosa? Those 2 were like sick for that era. Too.
NBA Live 08, the only player on the Raptors who could hit a 3-point shot was Anthony Parker. He was the only guy who could shoot.
Yeah.
Man, Andrea Bargnani was supposed to be spackled all over this list, and he's just not here, man. What a disappointment. Damn. Yeah. Serge is the big swing. Obviously, Mo Pete. Just as Mo Pete will come up on another list of mine, but just his volume as a 3-point shooter in that era was pretty awesome. And he was a great defender. So those 2 things, very, very forward-thinking player. He was like Danny Green a little bit before Danny Green came. And it was like Danny Green didn't get to play with the Spurs. He was on a team that wasn't. I mean, that Raptors team when he was there early was pretty good.
Yeah. Started
they've
in the playoffs as a rookie.
Yeah.
Really impressive stuff. Yeah.
And also, when I did that retrospective on Amir Johnson, there's so much to like about Amir. Amir was such a sick role player. He was much better defensively than I think he got credit for, and he got credit defensively. And he was such a funky player who just made it work. I'm like the piece I based the retrospective around was his game against Brooklyn, where he fouled out on that terrible call, dude. But what a fun player and really funky, good touch around the rim.
Yeah.
That little short mid range, buttery. Does anybody else have any other role player thoughts before we move on?
So this was one guy I struggled with to determine if he was a role player, but if he is, then like I would like to change my list, and that's Norm Powell. Norm got buckets. He was a massive part of a huge era in Raptors land. You know, Indiana, the dunk. You know, he had moments in the playoffs in that finals run too. I don't know, like.
That is a good one. He's kind of like Serge in that.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're in the same bucket where, like, in some of those years, it felt like the Raptors had 6 starters, and he came in and out of their lineup depending on the current situation.
But so much of what Norm did as like a big time scorer was post Raptors is the thing.
Yes.
Like he fully realized himself, and then they said we like Gary Trent Jr. better. Oh, what a shame. But Norm,
because if they're not role players, then what are they? You know, like they're.
We're getting into the philosophy of it now. What types of players are there? There's all-time greats and there's role players. I think, given the opportunity, Norm goes above Doug for me. Actually, I didn't give enough consideration to Norm, and I think you twist my arm, I might pick him above Amir.
So I would, if we're allowing for Norm to be in here, I think I would take Norm number 1. I think that's
if he counts, he's number 1.
I think I would take him number 1. If he counts, if he is in that threshold, then I might take Norm Powell as the number 1 role
Which is
player.
fair because Morris Peterson was started for a large majority of his Raptor time. So, if not all.
Norm is a good wrinkle. Yeah, I think he almost made the All-Star game this year. So we're thinking of it like, but that's such a good point.
Yeah.
I think, okay, restructuring, give me Serge, Norm, and Mo Pete. I just said how awesome Amir was. But I guess Amir falls out. Amir, he left right before everything really ramped up. But he was so essential to like that era of the Raptors starting. But I'll go Serge, Norm, Mo Pete. Yeah.
Is it kind of weird that Chris, because I saw that graphic the other day, I don't know if it was TSN or Sports, like number 1 in bench points, number 1 in bench minutes, number 1 in basically every bench category. Kind of weird to not put him on here because he has so much like statistical pull, but I don't know. Yeah.
Well, he does have statistical pull, but on top of that, it's like how much of this correlated to winning?
Yeah. Sure.
But I mean, Boucher has just done like such a fantastic job of eating up those like low leverage minutes and just pouring in buckets of scoring.
Yes.
And just like leaving it there.
Yeah.
It's Chris Boucher, he deserves an honorable mention, but I don't think he makes the cut for my top 3.
No, I agree. I think I would if I had to restructure, I'd probably go Norm 1, Serge 2, and probably Mo Pete 3. Even though I started out saying Mo Pete 1, but it's tough. The Raptors have had a lot of good role players.
Yeah.
When you win a championship, you're in it. You know what I mean? Like if Fred didn't ascend past where he was in 2019, he would be number 1. He'd be like one of the great role players like ever. But he ascended too far past it. He got too much of the ball. He got too much of the All-Star game.
Okay, I have a little bit of a curveball question, if you guys don't mind. Okay. Of the players that are going to be on next season's roster, who do you think has the potential to crack the top 10 players all time?
That's a good question.
The top 3 role players.
That's a good question. Jacoby Walter, I think, has a really good shot at it.
At the role player or at the top 10
Yeah.
all time? That would be great.
Role player.
Okay, all right.
Jacoby getting a top 10 all time would
Sick.
shock me greatly, but that would be awesome. That would be legendary. Top 10 all time, Scottie can make it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like Trey said Hall of Famer at number 9. CMB was my guy. I literally hooted and hollered when he got drafted. Sure. CMB joining Scottie in my top 10. Ingram that would be great for this era if somehow he worms his way into the top 10. That means like 2 all-star selections and then his player option, who knows. Trey, what are your thoughts going forward?
Yeah, Scottie for sure. The only reason I didn't put him on the list is because he hasn't played that long on the team and they haven't won that much while he's been here. Him, of course. Like Emmanuel Quickly's most likely going to be on this team for a long period of time. Like he could crack into the top 10 and become top 5. And
Come on, man.
At the end of 5 years, if Emmanuel Quickly's top 5 in 3 points made for the Raptors, that isn't shocking.
Does
Mo Pete is top 5.
Does IQ?
He's on my list.
Look, okay, I'm saying this is a guy who predicted an Emmanuel Quickly All-Star berth, but in the rest of his contract, does IQ get a single All-Star berth?
No,
probably no. But the threshold for an All-Star is much tougher now.
Right? Yeah, that's the threshold for top 10.
Listen, there was a tone when I said no that I shouldn't have had, but I don't think he'll make an All-Star game. I would err on the side of he probably doesn't make an All-Star game. It's hard to make an All-Star game.
RJ for role player,
that'd
be fun.
Yeah,
RJ just gave us 21, 5, and 5. He's
so
he's
the
not a role
threshold
player.
is not there. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
okay. I just wanted to temperature check.
You got too much of the ball.
Yeah,
You're
right. You're right. Yeah,
like even when Norm was scoring like 18 points per game on massive efficiency, he didn't get as much as RJ currently gets. Mm-hmm. Okay, do we want to do? That's a good question though. Wait, name your guys.
Yeah, no, probably the guys that you mentioned. I'm gonna go to bat for my guy Jakob too, though. I'm gonna.
He makes no sense. He makes no sense.
He could play for a long time. He could be a 10-year Raptor, maybe.
Yes. Look, he's good. He might end up like number 1 in rebounds for the Raptors all time. I'm just throwing it out there.
It's possible.
The guy who put Kawhi number 2 for like the height of achievement.
That's
wants
part
to
of
get
it.
Fertile in there.
That's part of it. He got traded to get the champion.
He gets credit for that. Does he really? Okay. Okay, Jacoby, CMB, Scottie.
Yeah. All those guys.
Is there's got to be Brandon also.
Mm-hmm.
Let's pick one more from the deep bench. Everyone, let's throw a cast one out there from the deep bench.
We didn't mention Grady, but I feel like he has a chance to crack a role player.
I think if he's going to be a good player, he's going to be above role player. Like for me, the threshold for him because of his defense, like he's either going to be too good or not be good at all. That's
right. Yeah.
Kind of the
I
issue.
have a tough time seeing Grady crack the top 10 all time. And I think I agree with Trey that the role player thing, if he achieves the outcome he's supposed to, I think he would get too much. He would just be doing too much.
Right.
For my taste.
Yeah.
But mind you, I put Serge in there. We put Norm in there. The guidelines were not exactly strict. We'll say this much. Let's move on to the top 5 shooters in Raptors history. I'll do my top 3.
Okay.
Kyle Lowry is number 1.
Yes.
Number 2 is Jose Calderon. Number 3
What?
is Vince Carter.
You're nuts. No way.
You're nuts.
No way.
That makes no sense at all.
What are you talking about, man?
Shooter.
You know who is the second greatest shooter of all time for the Toronto Raptors? Fred VanVleet.
No.
Yes.
Only one answer. He had one of the best 3-point shooting team. It might be the best one in Raptor history.
He just took more shots, man.
Well, it's because of his shooting.
He had like an absurd that game against Orlando itself should be in this.
He's on my list.
Yeah, it has to be too.
But I think Vince. Man. If these guys took I understand Fred is a good shooter, but by the time he finished, it started out really hot, but it it cratered.
Vince is top 10 in 3-pointers
Yeah.
made in NBA history.
Yeah.
So he did
He is,
more
but
for his
he
game.
hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Paul's career though. Vince isn't even in my top 5, to be honest.
So
Same.
Fred, yeah, well, that's because you guys are losers. Wait, so listen, Fred had 2 years, 39% and above.
Mm-hmm.
He finished as a Raptor 37% a game. Vince had way higher mid-range numbers. Vince was in an era that there was way less three-point jump shots. Fred gets gas for his shooting, but he was really hot for a couple years, but he was chucking, man. This guy was
He was chucking. He was part of the
That's
game
a shoot
is
and
shooting.
shoot. Yeah.
I'm looking at Vince right now. The attempts are pretty high for that era. Like 5 attempts a
It is.
game for 2001, 2002. 40%, 39%. That's like really healthy, good numbers. So I would now put Vince Carter maybe in my top 5, but like, I'll give you my top 5.
So I'm very curious in the comments. I think I'm probably getting the dumbass label for this Fred take, and I encourage it because I was getting called a Fred fanboy because I was saying that he was good at basketball. So I need to correct the perception of how I view him. Okay, let's hear other top 3s.
Okay, I had Kyle, Fred, and Norm as my 3 best shooters.
Better than Jose
love that hammer play.
Calderon.
Dude,
You
but
love that
Norm
hammer play.
was
Hammer
awesome
play.
as
Oh
a
my
shooter.
God.
Maybe,
Oh my
yes, that hammer play was special, by the way. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it was.
But I'm looking at Norm's numbers in Toronto here. I'll pull it up right now. But basically throughout his career, if I'm doing the math right, he was a 38% 3-point shooter on like 4 or 5 attempts a game,
He
which
did
is
shoot it really well.
He shot really well, especially towards the end of his Toronto tenure. Great shooter, multiple different versions of shooting too. I don't know. I just thought like Norm had a ratchet in terms of shooting. Honorable mentions: Jason Capono, Danny Green. I actually think Danny Green could probably end up being in here. I didn't even have Jose in here, man.
Wow, that's crazy. Danny Green, he had the 1 year of 46%, which is pretty great.
Yeah.
But I think with the greatness thing, there's a we're all giving longevity an aspect of influence here. Yeah. Trey, what's your top 3?
Top 3, objective: Kyle Lowry, Fred VanVleet, and then Jose Calderon. I think there is no other option for like top 3.
Jose's
all
a
these
great
guys
pick.
Yeah, they dominated the ball a lot. They took a lot of tough threes, especially Fred.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone agrees that like Calderon and Lowry are in there, but since I have Vince and Fred swapped at 3 and 4, I'm like the idiot of the day. I think Vince was a better shooter, man. I believe that. Of course, like the final shooting, the run to the finals, Fred obviously he had a heat pump, of course. Actually,
that's got to give you something, you know.
I'm firm. I like my stance here. I like this stance. I like it. So yeah, it's Fred is 4, Norm is 5 for me. It could have been. There's like a Mo Pete Danny thing there. Capono is 2 small potatoes.
You don't like the Capono take?
The 3-point shooting competition.
He won
man.
a competition.
That's special.
He wasn't even. He's like that wasn't registered as 0 3-pointers made for the Toronto Raptors. That didn't count for any points, man.
That was special though.
He's won as many 3-point competitions as Sabrina Ionescu under the NBA banner.
Listen,
okay, man.
In those times, in those trying times, as a Toronto Raptors fan, I would take.
I was excited to see the.
I watched it and I enjoyed it. I liked it.
He won back-to-back. I think he won with Miami.
Yeah, he did win too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so is that everyone finished? What are we finished? The 5 shooters?
No.
Yes.
4.
Yeah.
We need 4 and 5.
I'll throw Jose and Danny Green in there. That's my.
So you're doing
5.
7? Yeah. Wait. So who'd you bump?
I'll bump Capono. Fine.
Get him the hell out of here, man.
Bump Capono.
I thought he won both with Toronto, to be honest. I'm gonna bump him off. I'm gonna bump him off for Vince Carter.
Yes.
But
yes.
No, number 4, I'm gonna put Danielle Marshall. We gotta respect our elders.
I like it.
Putting Danielle Marshall on there is crazy, man.
You know how long he held that record for?
Yeah, he held it for a really long time.
Years.
I remember every time it got even close to someone beating that Donyell Marshall record, they would mention it. Donyell Marshall, Toronto Raptors.
And
You're
thank
like,
God
wow.
we've learned to dream bigger. Thank God we've learned to dream bigger than Donyell Marshall, man.
Oh my God. Man.
Okay, are we on to dunkers?
Yeah, let's do
Yes.
it. This is
So
hard.
looking back,
Mhm.
the Raptors in the league, like if you ranked the top 5 shooters from every single team, I think the Raptors would be maybe in the top half. Maybe. I don't know.
Easily.
Or maybe just up, but they would be in the top 5 for best dunkers of all time, I think.
Yes, absolutely.
They're one of the best, which is kind of ironic
Yeah.
because they haven't been a good dunking team for 7 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But top 5 dunkers. I'm interested. Leading with the top 3 again. S, we're gonna start with you. Top 3
Okay.
dunkers.
Vince, Terrence Ross, DeMar. That's my top 3.
We got the same. Vince, T. Ross, and DeMar. I think it's the clear top 3.
So am I gonna be the woke asshole who
on,
puts Tracy McGrady in here?
Oh, man. Come on, man.
Oh,
Okay, wait.
how many
I'm not
how many in-game dunks can you remember Tracy McGrady ever doing?
2, 3.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm revising my list. Vince, Terrence, DeMar is my top 3.
All right.
But I was kind of like, ooh, McGrady, geez. But I'm you know what I'm remembering? All-Star game highlights like a jackass. So
Yeah.
okay, 4 and 5 for you, Trey.
I'm going Jamario Moon and then T-Mac. All-Star game I think it sits real heavy, especially for dunk-offs. And so you have to include them on the list.
Yeah. McGrady was also, he trailblazed that type of dunk. That's kind of meaningful,
Yep.
Is that he had a type of dunk that was very much his own. S, how's your 4 and 5?
Yeah, same 4 and 5, to be honest with you. Oh, it's pretty chalk here, which is good.
Wait, so with my revision, 4 is McGrady, 5 is Jamario Moon for me. But Trey, you had Jamario 4.
Right.
Yeah, I remember the dunks
close.
more.
Yeah, same. Yeah. Jamario also I think that was his one true defining quality was just he could jump and leap. It's you got to add him in there.
Did you guys,
I just
have
remember
you guys ever been to Harlem Globetrotters?
No, I've never been. No.
I went to, now again, I grew up in a small town, so going to do anything was a huge deal. But I remember the Harlem Globetrotters went to Saskatoon, and my parents were like, "You guys are going," and I was like, "No way, man!" I got a ball, and every single Harlem Globetrotter signed my ball, and it was like,
That's
"Do
awesome.
do 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 do." The Big Easy was there, he had the microphone on, he was just talking, and he's throwing oops and everything. It was so fire. I was 10 years old. It blew my mind. It was so cool to me that also Jamario was a Harlem Globetrotter before he was an NBA player. The Raptors have maybe the most freaky storyline players of all time.
Yeah.
Chris Boucher's is low key similar to Rodman's, washing dishes, not even playing. Jamario Moon, Master P, Boucher. That's 4 guys who you're like, how the hell did you make it here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Not to mention all the cool developmental stories that everybody talks about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Pascal is also a funky one too.
Yeah.
He's I didn't play basketball until whatever age. Yeah. Is there any other funky to the NBA storylines for Raptors players?
Or is Chomsky similar? He played basketball.
Oh yeah, Ulrich. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In 5 years, we can revisit this if Shamshay is pop the hell off.
Honestly, a lot of
I forgot the top 10. Let's future top 10. Urs Chomsky.
I like it. There you go. Very nice.
All-time leader in blocks.
You could honestly think of a bunch of the European guys that they brought over in the late 2000s as revolutionary, not revolutionary, but it was different compared to the rest of the NBA at that time with Jorge Garbajosa, Jose Calderon, even Anthony Parker coming over. Yeah. Pretty rare for a team to do that. So maybe some of those. One dunker that I kind of want to mention just because I feel like his dunks kind of go underrated a little bit. Sonny Weems. Anybody? Sonny Weems dunks? Just want to sprinkle that in.
Sonny
He was in consideration.
Mention, sure.
Yeah.
But I don't think he threatens for
No,
I don't think he threatens for a top 5.
No. Yeah.
That's rankings. Is there any other aspect of basketball that we could rank quickly that you think is interesting? If not, totally fine. But is there another like
we should have done
go
top
ahead.
5 defenders on the Raptors.
I mean, we can
We've
do
ever
that
had.
now.
Yeah, we can do that now. Yeah,
But
why
they have no all defensive selections. I guess okay. I just off my head, it's OG Anunoby,
Mm-hmm.
Kawhi Leonard,
Mm-hmm.
Pascal Siakam, Scottie Barnes,
Kyle?
Lowry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do
probably
that.
is that probably is the 5.
I'm pretty happy
There's nowhere to
with that.
sneak. There's nowhere to sneak in Jakob Pertl, no.
You what? What is this Jakob Pertl?
Yo, respect Jakob, man.
I'm actually my mind is blown by I don't know if we live in two different worlds. I like Jakob. Listen, I like some of the Jakob songs, but what the fuck you know about cameras? Man, I can't think of worming him into a single conversation we're having.
Nuts, man. That's nuts. He came back. He signed.
So did PJ Tucker. Lots of guys came back.
Oh man.
That's not a virtue. Well, you know what I mean?
Oh man.
One of the best
Look,
defenses last year, second half of the season, on his back.
Yeah, man. I would
you want
put
a
Mark.
14th ranked defense to let me rank Jakob Pertl. Is this what you're telling me?
Give me Mark, man. Give me Marc Gasol. I would throw him in there.
Over who?
I don't know over who.
You have to pick someone. These are the rules.
I have no one. I have no one.
Joel Sears was special.
Gun to your head, S. You pick somebody.
Nobody. I'm taking Mark off the list. No.
Okay, everyone gets 2 honorable mentions. So if somebody wants to say Jakob Pertl, I guess you let it go. But okay, so Mark is your first honorable mention. Who's your second, S?
Oh man. Maybe I'm like not remembering this well, but how about Chris Bosh?
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
I remember the Miami defense, to be honest. But...
You know what? I just wanted to see the reaction to what you guys were saying at that point.
For me, and the honorable mentions are Marc Gasol and Doug Christie.
Nice.
Doug Christie was actually he was the OG before OG in that he probably should have been selected for all defense, but wasn't as a Raptor. Yeah. Doug Christie was
like led the
monstrous. Yeah, he's incredible. And like some of that is by osmosis, seeing him play with the Kings and being like, this must have looked good with the Raptors. But I've seen some of him with the Raptors, and it's just like, wow.
That's probably the pick. Yeah. What about Fred?
I think for me, I was gonna say mine was Jakob and Fred. Mm-hmm. Fred's probably the second best guard defender.
Jakob over Mark is crazy.
I understand. Joel Embiid,
he played 2 seasons.
He played him well. He played him well. He did a good job.
He is responsible for the 0-0-0-0 stat line from Joel.
Jakob Pertl has some of the best on and offs we've ever seen.
You're sick. You have a sickness, dude.
Hey, I had
for the
an
life of me
for top 10. This is disrespectful, man.
Yeah. Remember Jakob Pertl's dunk in the lane in 2018? Put him on the dunker list. Honorable mention. What is going on? Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Let me know if I'm tripping in the comments, man. Yak deserves some love.
Good player.
He's a good player.
He's a great player, yeah.
Bro, OG didn't make he didn't make my top 10. Anyway.
Honestly, now that I'm like, I don't know. OG should probably make top 10. It's tough. Tough.
I definitely, when Trey brought it up, I was like, ooh, I can see it. Yep. I just gave some credence. I know some people north of 42 years old listen and watch this podcast, and I wanted them to feel represented when I said Damon Stoudemire. Yeah. And obviously Trey did not feel that way. He went with OG Anunoby. Like if you ask me, And also, I'm of the believer that the NBA keeps getting better and better. So if you like, who's better, Damon Stoudemire, OG? Just Mara, I'd probably say OG. But like,
Yeah.
I don't know, first star, all that kind of stuff. But
Not-
Jakob Pertl, I have no idea how you guys are getting there. In any grouping, I have no earthly idea how we're
role
arriving
players,
at this.
man. Role players. You know, throw them in there.
Listen. Nobody traded a first rounder for Amir Johnson, man. Oh God, they traded a first rounder for Serge, though.
They traded.
Damn it!
Yeah.
I foiled myself.
Yeah,
Oh, idiot! Bonehead.
Okay, I'll throw another question out here. How far in this top 10 do you think Scottie can eventually get to? What is the upper limit for Scottie Barnes on this top 10 list?
I think number
He could
one.
get to. I don't think he can get to number 1. I believe he could get to number 2.
Okay. What's the difference there? What's your opinion for that?
I think Scottie could be the second best player on a championship team / third best player. I think that could happen. The Raptors have a lot of work to create that team.
Yep.
And he could be there, and we'll see what happens. But I probably still wouldn't the way I love Kyle Lowry's game.
Yeah.
And I think Kyle, and I know Trey doesn't agree with this, and we did. This is like every third episode we laugh about this, but Kyle, every single year was an All NBA guard to me, except for 1 year where he was injured. He just was always an All NBA guard, and he was that player, and was never given the accolades for it. And how the Raptors were able to play offense and defense, the lineups that they were able to put out there. Guys got paid because of Kyle Lowry. Guys won games because of Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry gave everything with so little recognition. He's one of the best guards of the 20th century, man. He's such an impressive player.
Yes.
And while I like Scottie's game, everyone from outside the market is busting my ass, calling me the Scottie guy. And then there's a fraction of this market that says I hate him. You can never win.
Yeah.
But I tell you this much, Scottie has a bright future ahead of him. But as good as Kyle Lowry, because Kyle's going to the Hall. And that's really something.
You know, it's funny. I'll mention this now. I actually got a message the other day from someone who said, I don't really like your takes. You glaze Scottie too much. Samson, he doesn't glaze him. I like Samson.
Wait, that's a quote?
Yeah.
That's a message. That's such a funny.
I was like, what? What is the correlation here?
Somebody messaged you out of the blue to say, I don't like you. I like Samson.
It was. I'll tell you guys later. It was on a YouTube.
Why are you telling people what I text you?
Nice. I honestly agree with everything you said about Kyle, man. And it's crazy that he only has one All NBA spot. Just one All NBA selection is crazy for a guy who, like, basically you look up and down the 2010s and every advanced metrics tells you that he was one of the best guards and
one of the best players.
One of the best players too. There's that win share graphic where it's like LeBron, Chris Paul, and a couple of other guys, and then Kyle Lowry. Yeah. Like that's the difference he was.
Which doesn't mean that he was the 7th best player, exactly. But it should inform you being like,
he was good.
Maybe the popular view of him was a little bit misguided at the time. At the very
Kyle
least,
better than Kyrie, man.
I think that's going off on Scottie Barnes. I think he has a chance to be number 1 because of his longevity potentially that he could smash every record the Raptors have. Like if he gets, especially if he extends upon his current contract, he could be first all time in points, rebounds, and assists for the Raptors, like fairly easily, just because of the tenure that he has. And there's a good chance. Yeah, a good chance he has the most All-Star teams and the most All-NBA teams for the Raptors. And that might give him the edge. Like,
wow, most All-Star teams. Wow. So
can I ask a dastardly little question?
Large plane.
How many years is Scottie Barnes going to be a Raptor?
Oh, that is quite a question. That's hard to answer though. Yeah.
That's hard. I'm going to say 12.
Sign after this max? Anybody?
I'm going to say yes, just because the rules of the NBA just like make it really hard to want to leave your team. Like the Raptors could pay him significantly more than every other team, and it seems to work for everybody else. So I'm gonna say
I
12
think-
years.
But players
Wow.
move a lot now.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Over under 9 years. You
How-
take the over or the under?
I'm taking
I'll
over.
take the over as well. Yeah, I'll take the over as well.
Just to represent this, I'll take the under then.
Okay.
He'll finish his contract, sign another one, and then maybe gets traded. Guys get traded a lot in this
It's
league.
true.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of movement. But even still, he could have 8 years as a Raptor, and he could still end up number 2, number 3,
Mhm.
number 4, number 5.
Yep.
Like his route to passing Pascal is kind of just like keep going forward. His route to passing DeMar and Kawhi and Vince is a little bit more difficult, but at least in our mind, I know Vince wouldn't crack some people's their top 10. They'd be like, no, screw that guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
I like the thing with Scottie is it really depends on how much this team wins over this next bit, and that actually ties in right to his accolades too. All stars, all NBAs, all defense, whatever. Like if they end up winning and if they're a good playoff team over this next 5-6 year stretch, then yeah, absolutely he has a chance to be a top 5 player for sure.
if they never win in Toronto again, he could
There's-
have the same amount of all stars as a Raptor as Jeff Teague does as a Hawk. You know, like it's just but I think they will. The like if you ask me like, will Scottie make another all-star game in his life? I feel like I would have like a 98% chance. Like, yes, of course he's gonna make another one. It would shock me so much if he never touched another all-star game.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like even when Pascal made his first All-Star game, I was like, this is a guy who probably ends up making an All-Star game again. And it's just by virtue of like one, he still had so much left in his game to add and fine tune, and that applies to Scottie too. Also, like the floor of being a guy who can potentially be a perennial all defense player, that gives you a lot of kind of resume to voters and whatnot when it comes to All-Star and All-NBA.
Just think about like the players who people are like not quite sold on. Most of the time, it's because of their defense and how that limits the roster building.
For sure.
Like Scottie, does he have the ideal skill set to be like the number one option? No. Is it really hard to develop that skill set? Yes.
Yep.
But he has a million other things going for him. That he'll be very high on this list by the time he's done, I reckon.
Yep.
Is that a podcast? Have we done it?
I think so.
Yeah.
No other hot takes.
Just respect Jakob Poeltl is my final hot take.
Obviously, 66.6% of this podcast is respecting the hell out of Jakob Poeltl, man. Dude, you know who had this conversation? Was it whoever the hell made the trade for the Spurs was talking the way you guys are talking to Masai Ujiri? He's like, "What? You don't want to give up a first round pick for one of the greatest Raptors of all time? Are you sure? Like this guy's one of the greatest Raptors of all time, man."
Listen, man, 9th overall picks. It's T-Mac, it's DeMar, it's Jakob.
Wow. Okay,
That's true.
A pretty good angle.
Yeah.
This you're elaborating on Trey's twisted little lie. I understand. Yes. Okay. Okay. S, anything you want to say before we get out of here?
No, it's always fun. Very fun to do this. I thought it would be fun to do the top 10 Raptors, and honestly, it's kind of cool that we aligned. We mostly aligned on stuff. There was some stuff that we didn't align on, but felt pretty consensus for the most part.
Okay, Trey, any thoughts?
Another day with the Blue Jays being the best team in the AL. Run
sir.
differential is for losers.
Yes,
We're winning the chip.
Yeah, I think Knicks Wolves 04 should maybe put Knicks Jays 04 in his username if he's really about it.
Yeah.
Their run differential, they just passed the Astros, by the way. They were at 16 and now they're above 50, I'm pretty sure. How nuts is that for the run differential? They did
Shout out to the Rockies, man.
They did a third of a season's work in a matter of 3 games.
That's absurd.
They're Kawhi Leonard right now. They're doing everything in a small little stretch of time.
So if you had to, at this point on August, whatever it is, Jay's World Series, yes or no?
No.
No.
I don't think so. It's hard.
well-
It's hard to win the World Series.
Yeah, it's
Not winning,
No,
making the World Series.
No. And honestly, here's the thing, man.
Bale's not that good this year.
I haven't seen them win one playoff game. They haven't won a game yet. They get there and they just lose all of them. They have to win one playoff game before I even start to believe in any type of playoff success. But if they get first place in the not just the division but the league, then we're looking at buys. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It would be hilarious though if they got the buys and then got swept.
Lost.
It would just be like we still didn't win any games, man. That would be terrible.
Oh man.
Be tough.
Okay, we'll go to a Blue Jays game next week. Trey is trying to make it so I can't come. He's trying to uninvite me.
You
but
literally
I'm gonna
said
be
you
there.
couldn't go.
You did say you couldn't go. Trey, how many
literally said
times
he
did I
did.
drop it in the chat? I was
And
like,
he said,
hey,
I can't
Jays.
go.
Yeah.
I just wanted someone to maybe try and reel me in. Like I want a little more attention. Like, oh,
I
you
did.
can't go? Are you
I
sure?
personally messaged you. I was like, hey, would you like to go to a Toronto Blue Jays game?
I would. I'd love to go
right.
with my friends.
Wonderful.
Let's do it.
All right. And Trey, I don't want you. You literally started it would have been nice to be invited in our little group. Okay, you were the trailblazer of this behavior. Okay, all I'm doing is following in your footsteps. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and give us all of your rankings in the comments. And fight. I'd like to see fighting. I want to know consensus. Yeah. Thank you so much for tuning in. Whether you got into this in the morning or at night, from myself, from from Trevon, have a blessed day and goodbye.